Why do you need a bunker? Why do you need a bunker? First, I want to say, call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth. Whether you be among the heathen and even like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say shalom to you. Back at you with another Lord want to edify lesson. It says, again, why do you need a bunker? And it's just posed by a guy by the name of Neil Brennan. So I want to say fair use, fair use. If you happen to see this video, my videos I put up on my channel are not monetized. I don't receive any money or monetary gain. Only, for literary commentary, biblical purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use. Let's play the clip.
Weird. I even think about that with the bunkers and Zuckerberg, and I'm going to go to New Zealand, and it's kind of like, is that, you want that? Like, why not just do what you can to make the world better? Because that seems like entirely self-defeating. Having to live in a bunker, like, is that's your end game? Bunker?
Yeah.
Bunker. What the fuck did you do to create a world that you need a bunker?
Well,
and there's a plethora of reasons, all right, why they need a bunker. But being number one on the list is that the elites, the wicked elites of the society, are going to hide from our Lord Yahweh Shai, man, when he returns. Okay? And I'm going to start off with this right here in Revelation 6 and 16. It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, which is the Most High. All right, his name is Yahweh. And from the wrath of the Lamb, which is the only begotten, it's another title for, the Messiah. He's known as the Lamb, which is, a sacrificial animal, but Yahweh Shah became that sacrifice for us. And whom Yahweh is going to send back to destroy the wicked elites in their kingdom. It's Yahweh Shai, okay, which is known as the Lamb, or also known as the Lion of Judah. All right. And when he come back and destroy their kingdom, all right, he's going to snatch up, all right, the wicked elites of the society that's going to survive the nuclear destruction, okay, and they're going to be the first one in slavery, okay. So going to even the book of Isaiah, right, because it speaks about Yahweh Shai coming back, all right. It says the Most High's vengeance on the nations. It says, Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Now, Edom, or the Edomites, all right, they have a chief nation. Chief tribe, which happened to be Amalek. Okay, now, going to the book of Genesis 36. All right. Genesis 36 and verse, I started 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, right? So those names are synonymous with one another. Excuse me, they have their own different meaning. Esau meaning he wasted because of the way he was born, lacking brown pigment. And Edom means red, because that's how the Edomite, a normal Edomite looks red. Okay, not white. Verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Now you go down to verse 12. Says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. All right, so Esau's son. All right. Eliphaz, right? That's a direct line from Esau, right? It says, and she bare, so who bare? Timnah. And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. See? These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So Esau's son Eliphaz, he is the father of Amalek. But you notice this is the line of who? The Edomites. Okay? When you look up, well, actually, you can read it on the NLT even before I get to, go into the blue letter, right? It says, verse 12 on the NLT, Timnah, the concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, gave birth to a son named Amalek. These are the descendants of Esau's wife, Adah. So, descendants, man. How you descend? By the house of your fathers, Numbers 1:18. So, here it is. Okay. Son, it says Amalek or Amalek in the Hebrew. All right, as you can see, Amalek. It says Amalek, dweller in the valley, son of Eliphaz, which I just read, by his concubine Timnah, grandson of Esau, and progenitor of a tribe of people in southern Canaan. Okay, so there you go, man. It says Strong's definition. Origin, Amalek, a descendant of Esau. Also his posterity. What does posterity means? Let's look it up. Posterity. All future generations of people. Says similar to descendants, heirs, successors, offspring, children, family, progeny. Okay. Scions, issue, seed. See, seed. Who carried the seed? Which is also known as sperm. Okay? Or semen, viral. Okay? That's the man. Man put his seed in the woman. Because the man determines the seed. As far as whatever man that is, that's what that seed going to be. So if that man is an Edomite, that seed is an Edomite too. If that man is a Moabite, his seed is a Moabite. If that man is an Israelite, his son or his seed is an Israelite. Period. Okay? So that's who they are, man. Okay? The seed of Esau. Okay? So when you think about Edom, who's at the head of Edom? It's Amalek. Matter of fact, let's get this too while I'm at it. Numbers 24, I believe that is. Okay. This is see here. This is Numbers 24. And I'll start at 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. And that links up with Obadiah, right? The book of Obadiah. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city, which ultimately, all right, that the ultimate he that gonna have dominion over them is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Because you read the NLT, it says ruler. Okay? Verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. See? But his latter end shall be that he perish forever. See? So Amalek is what? The first of the nation, meaning what? He's chief. Okay, let's look this word first up. Ra'ash Yath says first, beginning, best, chief. See? Chief. You know what the chief is. I don't got to explain what the chief is. We have chiefs among our tribes. Meaning they're the head of a tribe. Or a nation, excuse me. And in this case, speaking about the Edomites, who's the head of the Edomites? The Amalekites, which are, because, the scriptures refer to the Edomites today as, the Babylonians even, all right? Remember, this is, the daughter of Babylon, right? And it mentions Edom and Babylon in the book of Psalms 137. He calls them what? The daughter of... In fact, let me get that too before I butcher it. Let me get it. Let me grab some water too, by the way. Voice got raspy all of a sudden. Okay. So like Psalms 137 and verse 7, it says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." Right? So remember the children of Edom, the Edomites. All right, it says, verse 8, "O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed." See? "Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us." All right, so, here it is. The scriptures call him the daughter of Babylon, okay? See? So it mentions Edom and Babylon together. Why? Because, Mystery Babylon or Babylon the Great or the daughter of Babylon, all right, or modern day Babylonians is the Edomites, man. Okay? And you had among the ancient Babylonian, right, the Neo-Babylonian Empire, they had the elite sect of them was the Chaldeans or the Chaldees. Okay? The modern day Chaldeans are who? The Tiny Tops, the Amalekites, man. Okay? That's who is over in our land, claiming to be us. Okay, bear me 1 second. Shalaki, I had a important phone call. But continuing on, all right. Again, the modern day Chaldeans are the Amalekites, okay? So moving on from there, let's go back to Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63, it says in verse 1, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength," which the greatness of his strength is that he's going to come back as an angelic force, a body they can't destroy, also with the innumerable amount of angels in the chariots, man. That's going to be the greatness of his strength, okay? It says, "I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save." It says, and then, even the scholars too, by the way, they know that this is referring to the Messiah. They'll say it that way. Who's the Messiah? His name, his true name, all right, he only has one name, okay? His name is Yahushua, which means he deliverer, all right? Yahi, Yahushua, deliverer, or you can say he's savior, because he's the savior or deliverer, all right, of us Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans that are of the elect in 1/3. Okay, Shalaki. Verse 2, Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? And this represents the many people that the Lord is going to destroy when he comes back. Okay, real quick, let's grab this real quick. The book of let's see, I'll keep on this app, on the Blue Letter app. Let's go to Matthew 10, I believe it's 34. And it says, it's in red, so Yahushua speaking. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." So, when he came down as himself roughly 2,000 years ago, all right, he didn't come, all right, with that sword. Okay, he came peacefully. All right. But now, all right, his second coming, he's coming to wage war. Okay. And they know it. Okay. This is the reason for the bunkers, man. See, the wicked elites of the society, they know that Yahweh Shai and the angels, all right, are going to come back and return to this place, excuse me, to this earth, man, and going to wreak havoc and destroy them. Okay? Punishing the wicked. Okay? Now, who is the wicked seed in the earth? It's the Edomites. Beginning with the Amalekites, Edomites, which is the chief tribe again. Why you think BB over there boasting about, stealing? Well, first of all, he had the president of Venezuela kidnapped, and then he of course, they stole, or in the process of stealing all the resources right now as I speak. And why he's so happy is because, you look at the history of Maduro, even last year and even a couple of years back, when the war started with the Israelis and Palestinians, Ishmael versus Amalek, Ishmael being the so-called Arab nation, Palestine, and you have, the Israelis, they're Amalek, and what you had was a war breakout, okay, and they used it, they used that so-called, terror attack, to justify going in there and basically commit a genocide on those Palestinians, man. And Nicolas Maduro condemned it, which most of the countries or nations rulers condemn it as well. Okay, excuse me. So we know that anybody speak out against the Amalekites, of course they're coming after you, man. Especially when you have a public office like President Nicolas Maduro, or a public platform where you got many people. It could be millions, it could be billions of people watching. And if you're a leader of, or president of a country, you're on the world stage, man. The whole world sees you and watches you and hear your words, man. Even if they're in a third world country. Okay? So, that's just one of many examples, man. They're over there boasting, man. Because they know that this is, their war. Because all wars are who? Bankers' wars. Who are the top bankers? They Amalek, right? All of them are Amalekites, and they're the ones that's behind all these wars, man. That's why Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to wage war on them. Okay? That's when Yahweh Shai going to bring that sword, man. Okay, back in Isaiah 63 and Isaiah 63 and verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood should be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. All right, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. See? So the Lord is going to come back, man, and take vengeance, all right, on the wicked. And again, he's coming back in an angelic force, all right, a body you can't destroy, and it's going to be fucking on, man. All right, Isaiah 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. It's talking about the Edomites, or again, you read up, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay? Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 1, Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Right? Who are the Chaldeans? The Amalekites. Okay? They call the American Edomites, they call it, they call them Esav or Esau, right? Which is how you say it. But you're Edomites too. It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? See? And what makes them, the virgin daughter of Babylon, because they haven't seen war in a major way, man, on U.S. soil, but it's going to come to them by way of, of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, sending back Yahweh Shai and the angels, and also gather the nations to wage to bring forth that thermonuclear fire to eviscerate this place, man. Okay, verse 2. It says, take the mills and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Really expose you. All right? You've been exposed. You have been exposed, I should say. Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And the whole world see it. That's why it's a shameful spewing of your glory, because everyone knows that you're behind it. Even the vice president that's sworn in immediately after you kidnapped Nicolas Maduro, she even spoke out. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kidnap her or take her out too. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. The Lord ain't gonna meet you as no, a man in this body that we're in. Again, he's gonna come in an indestructible body, a body you can't destroy. He's gonna, destroy you, man. I use the spiritual powers and, laser beams, which is, concentrated fire from the chariots, man, the so-called UFOs. Okay? So that's what the Lord's coming to do, man. He's coming back to Edom, all right, to destroy Edom, all right? Let's get this real quick. The book of Isaiah 34. Okay. Isaiah 34 and verse 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right. Who is Idumea? It's a Greek way of saying Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right. Going back to the, serpent, Cain, and Esau. You're the people of the Lord's curse, man. Okay? The Lord's gonna he's gonna smite you, man. Okay? He's gonna destroy your rulership, man. All right, with violence. This is what the Lord is gonna do to you, man. Verse 6, it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is America, man. Okay? Basra was what? The capital of Seir. That's America today. Okay? The Lord's gonna turn this place into a big altar, all right, which an altar is used to make a sacrifice on. So America is just one big old altar, man, or altar made ready for a sacrifice, and the sacrifice is gonna be who? The people. Okay, and of our people that's not of the elect, or 1/3, you're gonna be destroyed right along in this land, man. Okay, verse 7. I'm jumping down to verse 8. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Okay. And you read the NLT, it says, for it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. See? Everything you done to us, because, we're the apple of the Lord's eye, man. We're the Lord's beloved people. All right, we're his special people. All right, or peculiar treasure, man. And when you touch us, you touch the apple of his eye, man. See? Just like what you're doing right now in Venezuela, man. The Venezuelan people down there are starving, poor as shit, economy all jacked up, basically just totally, destabilized down there. Let's get something real quick. This is the book of Psalms chapter 12. All right. Verse 3, it says, the Lord shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Right. Because even right now, this very moment, you're boasting. You got a Trump, Nero Trump. He's fucking boasting. BB boasting. You got the different leaders, Emmanuel Macron, and all the different NATO members boasting. All right. Most of them are boasting about or speaking proudly about what's been done to Venezuela. Verse 4, it says, who have said, with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own, who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, and who is the poor? Us Israelites, man. For the sign of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. See? So the Lord is going to repay you for the oppression of us. Because you got to go into the book of Zechariah 1:15, where it speaks about them helping for our affliction. You already colonized this Western Hemisphere. Okay? And the little stuff that Jake have left, which, they are the northern tribes, even, the Venezuelan people, which is, Asher as well, and you're basically causing more oppression and excuse me, causing them to be in dire straits, man, basically, because that's what's going to happen, man. All right, they're going to be in dire straits, and then guess what? Esau is going to let me see here. Yeah, Esau is going to basically try to do, again, damage control of the media, of what's really going on in Venezuela. Basically, propaganda is going to be pushed, man. So let's lead from there. All right. I'm going to grab this real quick. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 1:6. It says, sin is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Right. And who is the ones that's troubling us Israelites the most? Well, you go to the book of Psalms 83. It begins with the Edomites. It even mentions Amalek. All right. Matter of fact, let's go to it, man. Okay. Psalms 83. All right. Psalms 83, starting at verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's why you call them Venezuelans. But they go back to who? The tribe of Asher, one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right, or the true biblical Israelites, which again are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American people. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, so it mentions Edom's first. All right, and the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, and of Moab, so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes, which are other Arab nations. It says Gebal and Ammon. Ammon is the so-called Japanese, and Amalek. All right, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, the Hamites. So it mentions Edom and Amalek both. Okay, this is why though they be worded separately, Amalek and Edom, but they're the same nation. And even so, today you see the Amalekites treating the average, or lower Edomites like they're different. Which again, all of you are Edomites, man, as far as Amalek and the average Joe six-pack Edomite. Okay? But they the ones that came against us, all right, and trouble us the most. All these nations right here is mentioned. Okay? So the Lord's going to, again, because it's a righteous thing, right, with the Most High to recompense tribulation, which is trouble, to them that trouble us. Okay? And how the Lord is going to recompense you? By destroying your society. All right, and also putting you in captivity under us. Okay? That's a part of getting back, all right, or paying back. Okay, let's go back to the book of Psalms 137 because it mentions this, right? Psalms 137, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall they be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us, right? So the Lord's going to grant us, all right, the opportunity, all right, which is going to be a 1,000-year period where we're going to reward you as you have served us, which is what? With slavery. You know? This is why it says what? Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and faith of the saints. Who are the saints? The so-called Negro, Latino, and the Americans, which are who? The Israelites. So the Israelites are saints, man. The Bible tell you this, man. But of course, this is something they don't want to hear. But nonetheless, hey, it is what it is, man. Okay? So let's move from there. Okay, let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, 27. Okay. Psalms 27. Oh, no, not Psalms, Shalakia. Job. It's the wrong book, Shalakia. Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. Right. Who is our oppressor? The Edomites, man. Okay. It speaks about how we're going to rule over. Hey, Isaiah 14 clearly says we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. Some that you fucking Hakah and Hassad of the worlds that don't understand. Clearly. We're going to rule over our oppressors. They're not going to be joint heirs with us or ruling along with us. However you want to word it. They're going to be fucking slaves, man. Bun men, bun women. So you'll understand. Slaves. Slave men, slave women. Begin with Amalek. I'm going to prove that too. Because when you look at, and I'll come back there, Psalms 149, right? It says this. It says, Psalms 149, and I'll start at verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth. Well, no, I'll start at verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. And that's us. We're singing aloud, man. We have joy in our hearts, knowing that the Lord given us this truth, all right, this knowledge, you know, and wisdom to understand these things that's going on, taking place in the earth concerning prophecy and what's, you know, getting ready to happen, man. Okay? You know, for why the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for that, man. It says, verse 6, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth. And this is why we give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And a two-edged sword in their hand, which is the what? The Bible. Hebrews 4:12. The word of the Lord is a two-edged sword. You know? This is the reason why they hate us so much, because the Lord given us that weapon to fight them, which is what? The Bible. His word. The Lord gave us his word to combat the wicked, man. We're not out here in the carnal fight. Hey, the scriptures say what? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You know? But when you go into the scriptures and you bring out these things of who these people are, which is, you know, the truth on them, the truth, you know, basically destroys them. Okay? So it says, in a two-edged sword in their hand. Verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen. Who are the top heathen? I just read to you in Psalms 83. All right, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Yeah, because they're gonna include all you nations that came against us, man. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Okay? Matter of fact, I'll get that in a second. It says, verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Now, who are the kings? The top, the rulers. All right, and their nobles, the whole elite families. All right, we're going to bind them. You know what? We're going to shackle them down with chains and fetters of iron. Why? Because it's time to go into slavery, man. The fulfillment of them going to slavery. Us taking them captives, whose captives we were, bringing them to what? The land of the Lord, which is what? The land of Israel. To possess them for what? Handmaids and servants, slaves, again. Slave men, slave women, bond men, bond women. Same thing, man. Verse 9, it says to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Again, the saints are the Israelites. You can read that in the 148th chapter, you know, on who the saints truly are, man. Because they don't tell you that in these wacky churches, man. They don't tell you those things. Okay. So the Lord, the Lord is gonna basically give us, you know, our, you know, get back by putting them under us, man. And then let's enslave them. That's justice, man. Okay. Now it says back in Job 27:13, this is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Right. All right. You're gonna be, man, you're gonna be, you're gonna be oppressed like none other, man. All right. Like I'm telling you, man, like you Edomites are going to receive, all right, everything, all right, as far as that cup that the Lord is going to give to you, which is the cup of slavery. Now, we're not going to do no wicked shit to you like you did to us, like far as, you know, most shit, you know. But, hey, man, we're going to put holy hell upon you, man, because we're going to do in you devils according to the Lord's anger and fury, man. You know, Ezekiel 25 goes into that. Okay, it says, verse 15, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Right. You know, your women already want the Israelite man, which is the so-called black, so-called Latino and Native American man. Ain't gonna give a shit about you. Women flock to power. Who gonna have power in the kingdom? The Israelite man, beginning with the elect. See? It says, verse 16, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver, which is us Israelites, man. Okay? That's what's going to happen, man. This is going to be the judgment for you, man. So you can hide in them bunkers all you want to. The Lord's going to cause us to grab you out them goddamn bunkers, put your ass in chains and fetters of iron, man. Okay? That's the Lord bringing forth that recompense and judgment upon you, man. And everything you've stolen through rape, robbery, and murder, you're going to cough it up. Okay? All the possessions that you have are stolen. Okay? So the Lord's going to cause you to be hunted down, man. All right? You're going to be hunted down, man. Let me see here. Let's get this in Amos. Amos 9 and verse 2, it says, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb it up into heaven, thence will I bring them down. Right, because you got even these damn devils, got these, you know, space stations. You know, the Lord's going to actually throw you down, man. Like it says in Malachi 1 and 4. All right, so you dig into hell, which is what? The ground, man. Let me see here. Yeah, the Hebrew word is sha'awal. It says, for the root word sha'al, it says the grave, man. It's pit. It says, yeah, because they go off with the, you know, they go off with that fucking Christianity Hill bullshit It's referring to, hell is referring to the ground, All right, let me see. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. It's another, is it another? Oh, it's like it. Not that one. So they dig into hell. You know what? We can read the NLT. All right. It says, even if they dig down to the place of the dead, where's the place of the dead? When you die of the flesh, where your body go? To the ground. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12:7 says this. It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to the heavenly Father who gave it. Okay? And the scriptures tell you that the Lord made man from the dust of the ground. The Lord made man from the ground, man. And the spirit shall return to the Most High who gave it, right? His title, well, one of his titles is he's the Father of spirits. Where he dwells in heaven. Okay? Because that's how it works, man. But your body, this flesh, this earthly tabernacle that we're in, all right, this dust, also known as dust, it goes back to the dust. That's why when people die, it's just what? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Because why? This body go back to the ground. Okay? And so the Lord is going to actually cause you to be snatched out of these bunkers, okay? All you, we see the Bezos, the Muskies, Musties, this guy, the Facebook dude, I forget his name, the Mark Zuckerbergs, all you guys, man. All right, and these are the lower luminaries, right? The top luminaries are the Rothschilds, man, the banking families, actually. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, Getty, Bilderbergs, all you laymen's. So there's a lot of them, man. A lot of different families. They go by different names, man. When they go from different countries, man. But they're all part of the central banking families, man. Okay? You're all going to be put in slavery, man. Okay? Let me see. Let's grab another precept. It's Isaiah. Let me see, though. So we gathered, Yeah, come on. Isaiah 24. Now look at this. This is after the nuclear destruction right here. Isaiah 24 in verse. I started, I'm going to get ready to get out of here too. I kind of been holding you too long. But Lord, when you've been edified. Isaiah 24:17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on the high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Why? Because the missile is going to make the earth reel to and fro like a drunkard, as the scriptures tell us. See? It says, and it shall come to pass, verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. Why? Because the different missiles, they're going to hit Babylon, even our land of Israel, the land of Israel, and other places. It's going to cause the earth to reel, man. It's going to reel, just shake to and fro, man. It says, verse 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. See? And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Who's the ruling class? Now, each country or nation have their rulers. Well, who are the top rulers on earth? They're all Amalekites. All right, they're all Amalekite Edomites. So you'll understand, okay? Amalek being the tribe, Edomite being the actual nation of people. It says, verse 22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. See? So they're going to be put in prison, man. This links up with Isaiah 14. Okay? Isaiah 14 says this. It says, starting at verse 1, for the Lord shall have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, which is the Israelite foreigners. It says, that goes into the mixed multitude, by the way, as well. You know, the strangers of the house of Jacob. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. And this is what's coming, all right, to the wicked, man, which is the Edomites, man. Okay? This is what's coming to them, man. And also the other nations as well. All right, that join with them and help them bring us down. All you heathen going down, man. That's the bottom fucking line, man. You going down. All right, Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them. Again, I read in Psalms 83 who our adversaries are. It says, shall go into captivity, slavery, man. Okay? And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. See? So all this shit that you bug outs talking about, they're going to rule with us, you crazy, man. So you can make all the bunkers you want. The Lord going to round your ass up and cause you to be put in slavery. And with that, all praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Lord willing, I'll see you next video. Shalom until next time.